It's the King Jae, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the hitbox. It's not going to be me though, it's going to be from the King Jae team, ImortalXSoul, talking about the hitbox. Hope you don't give a nice warm welcome. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, thumbs up, and if you ain't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, but if you are, thank you very much, I appreciate you. Here.
Yo, what's good people? Today we're going to be talking about shortcuts across multiple games. So we're going to start with Tekken and explore 3D shortcuts, 3D game shortcuts, and then we're going to switch to SF6 to explore 2D shortcuts. And we're going to be using SOCD, and that's kind of the premise of this video. So I'm going to explain normal ways to do it and then ways you can do it using SOCD and why SOCD might provide you a benefit, whether that's speed or consistency. We're going to get into it. So I've picked Nina, and one of Nina's strongest tools is sidestep 1+2. Sidestep 1+2 is very strong because it's safe, first of all, and it has good tracking. And plus it's from a sidestep, so it's kind of evasion. It's got built-in evasion by nature just because it's a sidestep move. So you can actually follow up from sidestep 1+2. Usually you would do like QCF2. So you would do dash up, QCF2. So let's show you. And it doesn't show as a combo, but they actually can't evade this, so this is guaranteed. So technically it's a combo. But you can actually do down 2-3, which is one of her tailspin attacks. So tailspin means like if I combo you, if I launch you, that's a tailspin attack. So if I launch you to kind of continue the combo, that's a tailspin. So that's an example of where a tailspin would be useful because it's extending the combo. So Nina's sidestep 1+2 is very strong because you can combo from it. But as you can see, it is quite a difficult combo because you need to do a very instant while running. Not even an instant dash, a while running. You need to do while running. A tip for this would actually be you can press forward, but hold the second forward to do a running. You don't actually need to press forward. That's only for instant while running. So you can get instant while running by doing 3 forwards in a row, but you don't need to do it for instant while running from further away. So I'm going to press forward twice, and you can see by the command history, but she's running now. That's because I held the second forward. So that's just a tip to get running. And based on that, that's what we're going to be using SOCD. In order to do Nina's sidestep 1+2, I need to use SOCD to make it easier. You don't need to use SOCD, but it's going to make it a lot easier because you can get instant runnings very quickly on using SOCD. So if you press forward and hold, she's going to be walking forward. Now, if you tap back, the game's going to register this as a forward, hold forward, because you're going to be pressing and holding forward, tapping back to get neutral, which is nothing, and then release to get forward again. But I'm still holding forward, so which is what we need to do instant while running. As you can see there, I used SOCD in order to get the instant while running and then down 2-3 tailspin. So that's kind of how you would make use of SOCD in certain situations where you really need crispy movement in order to get a combo. I'm going to show you on a big screen how I'm doing it. So tap forward, hold forward, tap back, and then a dash will register. Obviously you need to do this quicker. So and then further away. That's how I was doing it. Something like that. Okay, the final shortcut, I guess, it's not really a shortcut, but it's a technique, an input technique that is very easy on leverless style controller, is actually making use of crouch dash characters. So, you know, Paul, Brian, Dragunov, Lily, to name a few, Master Raven. They can actually chain their crouch dash by cancelling it with up, but usually people do this and they move. Can you see how she's kind of always fading into the background because I'm not cancelling it quickly enough? So how this technique works is you instantly cancel up with another QCF or crouch dash, and as you can see, I'm still on axis. I didn't fade into the background or anything like that. This makes Lily scary because she has a low, which is also a counter hit launcher. Something like that. So you would do a combo like that with Lily, and As you can see, she doesn't go off axis. It's very consistent. I'm going to show you with another character. So as you can see, another scary tactic. I feel like pause is better because he has obviously delay hop kick. He has hop kick, shredders, up back 2, which is also a counter hit launcher. Then he has Demo Man, which also wall splat. So he has a lot of options. Demo Man is ridiculous because you can hit from so far. Look. So if you can wave dash, it's just too much. It's really too much. So yeah, that's like one shortcut that I would also recommend to learn if you have a leverless style controller or button controller, Hitbox, because it is just so scary. You can close distance very quickly. As you can see, you can just, like, I guarantee you, if you start wave dashing at someone with pull, they're not going to know what to do. So yeah, definitely a technique worth learning. And I want to just show you on the big screen real quick. So it's the same thing. So, and as you can see in the bottom right, it was no axis change. It was just straight. Yeah, no axis change. And the reason for that is because whenever I do a QCF up, I'm cancelling with sidestep. But as soon as I cancel it with sidestep, it doesn't even look like I'm pressing up, does it? But I'm always pressing up. As you can see, it's up QCF. So, very strong technique if you can master it. Get used to the inputs. Alright, so now we're on SF6. And I've picked JP just because he has a teleport level 3. And this would work well if, for example, I'm fighting a fireball character, a zoner, and they're keeping me out. And I want to punish him for it. So if guy was throwing booms at, for example, full screen, JP's level 3 is 2 quarter circle forwards, kick. So sometimes doing that on reaction is difficult on a leverless style controller, but you can actually use SOCD to react a little bit quicker. And I feel like being able to use that is very valuable, especially in fireball wars, especially in the clutch. So if you need to take the round off someone, for example, to take the set, and you're in the situation, the clutch, where you have a level 3, even if it's something like them jumping, for example, because I'm pretty sure this is an anti-air as well. So if they jump back or neutral jump, you can just react with this and it will teleport to wherever they are. So this is a very, very strong shortcut using SOCD. Secondly, I want to touch upon movement real quick because I'm a real advocate for leverless style controllers and movement, especially with no proximity block. Proximity block is basically if, for example, I set Guile to block, this game does not have proximity block. So if I do a move that's very close to him, he's not going to block. It's not going to lock him into a block. Whereas previous Street Fighter games, it would lock me into a block in this situation, and therefore it gave you less control of characters. So having no proximity block is great because it gives you more control, full control over your spacing. So in this range, the Guile player would have had excellent spacing to whiff punish this move because there's no proximity block. If I walk a bit forward, it's going to block. So yeah, that perfect range. This is the perfect range to whiff punish me at. And previously in Street Fighter games, you wouldn't be able to whiff punish me at this distance with this specific move because it would have locked you into a block. And with that, movement is very important. Dashing works the same as Tekken, where it's just literally forward. I'm pretty sure every game has a dash that's just forward. In 2D games, in every game that has a dash that's forward, you can use SOCD to dash quicker. And usually when you're pressing forward, you usually see a jolt from the opponent first. So you can see I'm pressing forward and JP is kind of like leaning forward and then leaning back. And this initial movement can telegraph movement. So it can telegraph a dash. If I'm slow, some characters have more of an obvious animation than others. But if I'm slow on the dash input, they can check me more easily. Whereas like if it's instant, this is more instant. There's less of an animation. And that will give me the surprise attack. So that's another way you can use SOCD to improve movement and maintain the surprise, because that's one thing as well, is that not every time you're going to be ready for the check. And if you can shave milliseconds off a dash, it's really going to help you. It sounds really small, but in fighting games, milliseconds actually really do matter. So anytime you can shave off an attack or a movement, it's going to help. So those were just a few kind of shortcuts, tips and tricks from both realms, 3D and 2D. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.
Simmer down, simmer now. Couple kicks to your boat, I'm a winner now. Like Eddie with the feet, I'm a killer now. Simmer down, simmer now.